Hi guys, just wanted to check in, kind of show you how you guys are going to get to your OneNote notebooks. So if you would go to your email and you'll notice up here that what I have done is I have shared a file with you. So you might need to search through your email of Krista Hamilton shared file, and you should be able to find it using that search feature in your email. So for example, here is the one that it will look something like this. And what you're going to be looking for here is that you're just going to click on open, and that should open the notebook that I have shared with you, and it will open that up into the internet version of OneNote. Now, most of the time, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to view this in your own computer and your own device in the app that you have for your computer. So if you go open an app here, and you only really have to do that once, then when you open that notebook, you'll be able to see open for OneNote in Windows 10, and you can just open it in that app. And it usually works better to do that in your notebook. Now, yours will look a little bit differently than mine, but it will include a lot of the same components. I just want to cover a few things really quick of important features that you will see. So everybody will see this collaboration space, which is right here. Everyone will see the content library, which is right there. And what you will, of course, not see this teacher only, and you will only see your own personal notebook that is down there. So we'll take a look at a couple of the different features of the notebook and things that we're going to work on. I'll do a separate video with some more direct instruction on how to write and add things into the notebook. In the content library, this is going to be where everything is going to live that we share and disseminate to you. That's your main notebook where I am going to put some items up. And in that notebook, like see, for example, right here, I've been working on Unit 0. And so you'll see the first few things being populated in here. So whatever unit that we are on, you would, of course, go to that page. So I have, like, for example, a document. And one of the things that you should notice is you should be able to close this tab, and this will kind of move over. You can resize things so that they fit your screen so that you can kind of go through this and then read through it. If you click back over here, then you can kind of come in and see the next one will be a set of notes. And sometimes you'll have that, so you can come up and you can see that, and you can zoom in and zoom out, like this video, you can make it larger, different things that you can do with the items that are shared with you up there. Now, so this will just kind of be a generic place where you can go get handouts and things like that. Now, one of the things that's a little different for those of you who had me last year and then what we're kind of doing this year is I'm going to be using your individual notebooks and the collaboration space a little bit more. So like on the first day of school, you'll start to see here, I have these separated by blocks. So each of you will be any different, of course, period. And each of these periods, if we take a look at first block, will be separated into groups. And so on the first day of class, I'm going to assign you to a group, and you would do all of your quote-unquote virtual group work in this portion of it. So like, for example, if I look at group 1 right now, on 9-8, we're going to do a group discussion on the class notes 1.1. On 9-10, we're going to do a classwork that's a calculus placemat where you're going to work together, and a driving activity on 9-10 as well. So those are going to be where you would do all of your group activities. And like I said, and I'll assign who's in each group on the first day of school. And the next thing I want to show you, if you were absent on a day, so if you were absent on 9-10 and I did these two items, what you would do then is come down here to the absent, and you would complete this on your own. So notice what it says here. You would copy your blank page by right-clicking and then paste below. So if you missed this driving activity, you could simply copy it, and then you could simply paste it right underneath of it. You would make it a subpage. So that's that. And then rename it, and just simply over here, type your name in at that location so I'll know whose activity that is that you are doing there. And then you can, of course, delete that as you're looking at it. So just kind of, gives us an idea of where the group work is going to be. And of course, you'll be doing that in your class. If you're in fifth block, you would do it in fifth block. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk about in just this short video is to take a look at your own individual page. And I'm just going to pick a student just to show you. Now, what's going to happen here is that when you complete a group work in the content library, then what you're going to want to do, because obviously you're going to be working together on this. So like when I'm working together on this class notes 1.1, and I'm answering questions, well, I may be just answering the question by clicking and then typing in that, whatever my answer is, that question. It may require some math to it. So like here, I want to show my work on the math. And so one of the things that you would do here in your group section as you guys are talking about it and deciding, you can basically type in there. And so if you go to this insert menu, you can insert an equation and then you could start typing in equations. Structures is kind of the important thing there. You can get things where you have superscripts and subscripts. You can get fractions, anything with the different parentheses, brackets, and so on, some functions that are there. So if you scroll down through this, this is a pretty robust math menu that you can use to then type your equation in. And so that's kind of nice as well. And so you don't necessarily have to have a tablet with a stylus to write. You can simply just type in what you're going to be doing for your answers. And some of these that you could also do, this one was pretty straightforward, so I did it so that you could just type because there's not a lot of math writing that's there. There will be times when your classwork has a lot of work that you're going to be showing. So what you would do is you would identify a recorder who is going to be the person who writes down, and that's going to rotate every class period. We'll have a different recorder each time. And so what you'll do is show your work on just your regular notebook paper is perfectly fine. You don't have to print out the actual pictures that are there. We all know what it is. Just label it clearly. Sometimes I'll have things here where you can just type your answers below, but you're going to put your work on that separate page. And then one of the things that you would do is you would then upload a picture of that work. So all you're going to do to upload a picture, so like here you would type your answers in here, and then right below this, for your group work, you would insert a picture from your file or from your camera, or usually just from a file, and then you can go navigate and get that. So basically, I would just take a picture with your phone, and that should be pretty straightforward. Make sure when you take your picture that you want it to be directly above your document, and you want to see the whole page in the document. Don't worry about, you think it might be too small for me to see. I can zoom in and see the detail. You just want to make sure that it's in focus and that you hold the camera directly above. Like if I was going to do this in kind of looking at the sorry, I was making sure what that thing said. So if I have a piece of paper and I just basically hold my phone directly up and then take a picture and then, airdrop it or whatever, transfer to your computer. And then when you're in your notebook here, you would simply go insert picture and from file, and then you could go locate the file wherever it was dropped and then insert it, and it would be a handwritten document. So like just to show you a little bit about what it might look like, I had, so your picture will look something like this when you upload it for me. So that would be a fairly straightforward document that you would put in. I'll just delete that because it doesn't go there. And so that would be two ways that you're going to give me answers to the items that we're going to do. Now, the other thing that is, so that's all up in the collaboration space. What I would do, like after you're done with the group activity, and this is kind of the beauty of using technology, is that you would simply, as yourself, decide that you're going to go in and copy this work into your own notebook. So you have your own copy and you don't have to worry about it. You only see your notebook. You don't see anybody else's. Nobody has access to your notebook except me as the teacher and you as the student. So let's say I'll just use Alan as an example right here. Alan wants to copy this group discussion that you did, his own answers into his own notebook. You're just simply going to click on that, do copy, come right here into his classwork, and then he can simply paste that right there. And then he has it in his document. And like I said, and I would wait until you guys get everything filled out. I'm just cutting it back out. Get everything cut, filled in and complete. And then at the end, when your group is finished, then you can just copy it to your notebook so you have your own personal copy of it. The next thing that I'm going to show you in this, and this is kind of where we're going to be turning in some of your homework. So like on the first day in your actual class notes, you have homeworks, and this is just a picture, so you're not going to be typing on this like you were in the group one. So this is just a picture, so you're going to do the work on your own paper, so you don't have to copy the problems down. What you're going to do, and if you look right here, it says insert the picture that you take of your handwritten work above the box. So make sure you click above here, or sometimes, let's see, where am I clicking? If this is in the way, sometimes I can move it down a little bit and then click right there. You just want to make sure you're above the box because I need your picture to be the first thing I see. I don't want it at the bottom of the page. It needs to be on the front. And then simply just do the same thing, insert picture from file, and drop your picture right there for me to take a look at. This is just there so that you at least know. I was trying to make it easy for you to be able to see the items that you have when you are using the notebook. Let's see, anything else we want to talk about? I don't have a lot of them. It's not 100% set up yet, but this video itself will at least get you to the point where you can go ahead and get to the notebook. And like I said, if you search in your files, you should be able to, Krista Hamilton shared a file, you should be able to find it and then simply click on it. There is another way to get to your notebook, so we all know that that happens. Let me close that out. If you're in your Microsoft 365, which I'm going to come, let me move myself out of the way. Over here. All right, stop. See there? That if you are in Microsoft 365, if I get to, all right, click there. So you're kind of in your whole main page that's there. You can also find the notebook by going to simply clicking on OneNote and then looking at shared with me. And then anything that's been shared with you should initially be in that notebook, and you should be able to find it. You may be able to find it listed in the My Notebooks list that's right there. I would suggest that you go ahead and see, like what I've done is I've pinned the 2 notebooks that I need for this year so that they're easier to find in this. But once you have opened the notebooks, you never have to come back to this in order to open it. It will always be in your actual, on your computer or on your app. You can get an app for your iOS, your Android, or your Apple phones, and you can have access to it on your phones. You can have access to it on Mac computers and on Windows computers. So you would just have to get the appropriate software and apps loaded on your computer so that you can view that. So that's one of the things that you want to be working on. I do want you to make sure that you have that open and up every time that we have a Zoom meeting, because we will be using that collaboration space quite a bit during class time. All right, so that's the end of this short little video on how do I get to my OneNote notebook and get it open, and a little bit about using it. So let me know if you have any questions. You can shoot me some emails, but that will be it for the first intro.